The repeated measure ANOVA RMA is a very important statistical analysis tool, and I'm going to show you the essence and method of use, especially with VSP statistical package. Now, RMA, which is a repeated measure ANOVA, is a robust analytical tool for studies where the same subjects are assessed under varying conditions or across multiple time points. It controls for inter-subject variability and is useful in longitudinal studies and clinical trials. The variables involved with repeated measure and ANOVA are: one, the dependent variable, which act as the control variable and must be continuous or real number scale. The second one is the predictors or independent variables, which must contain at least two categorical or nominal scale variables. The third one is the subject group, which defines the groups to which measures are applied. Now, mostly the repeated measures ANOVA are used to compare the effect of the measures or how they affect a particular item. That's why it is called repeated measures. Something can be, a measure can be applied many times, but then the study of RMA ensures that we know the effect of that measure, and that is why we are carrying out this. Now, assumptions of RMA. The repeated measures ANOVA follow these underlisted assumptions here. One, the dependent variables must be continuous, like we said before. Two, independent variables must contain at least two variables which can be matched or related to measurement of the same scale. And that is why they must be categorical or nominal. Now, the third one is that there should be no significant outliers. Yes, one should not be too far away and the other one too low. The fourth one is the distribution of the data should be normal or tends towards normality. Now, the fifth one is that the variances of the differences between all combinations of related group must be equal. This equality of variances is known as sphericity. VSP tests for this assumption with monthly tests of sphericity during RMA analysis. Now, let us now consider examples of the use of RMA. The first example is medical use. Now, assuming that we have a study of 15 subjects, let's say persons. Now, these 15 subjects are arranged into 5 groups, and they underwent 7 weeks monitors exercise training to test how exercise controls heart disease. Heart disease is triggered by the existence of C-reactive protein, CRP, in the blood. It is medically established that high CRP can translate to high risk of heart disease. The test of CRP is measured at 3 different stages within the 7 weeks period of exercise training, with a control data obtained from the normal CRP expected of a person with similar features as the subjects under study. The three stages are: A, pre-commencement measurement, which we call here pre. B, mid-training measurement, which we call mid, MID. And C, post-training measurement, which we call post. The data have been arranged and are stored in an Excel file named medical.xlsc as follows. Now let's see how they arrange. You can see. Now you can see the first, the column A is for the part group, that is patient group. And you can see that they are numbered G1 to G5, and then the number again G1 to G5, just like that. And then the other columns B, C, D, and E. The B here is the CRP of a normal person, fall into the group, like let's say group 1. And then C is the pre-CRP. Now you can see there's a 0 value here, which means that before this, it was noted that this particular subject did not have any reduction in the CRP. Yeah, then the second one, which is the mid CRP, that during the mid, that's the I think the other 4th month or so, that's the mid period training, it was noted that there's a drop of 1 CRP in the CRP of the subject. And also, after the post, it was also noted that there was another drop there. For that of the second one, it follows almost the same pattern, except that there was no drop of CRP after the entire training. It was only after the mid one. While some dropped theirs during the mid one, others dropped at the end of the whole training, and then some dropped even before, at the beginning, and also at the end of the training. So that is on that. Now let us look at, okay, now the zeros represent no reduction in CRP, while 1 represents a significant reduction in the subject CRP. Now let us look at example number 2. This is for student performance. Now 5 aptitude tests were conducted on 30 students, and 16 passed the exam while 14 failed. The aptitude test was actually done before the exam was taken. So the major exam was the one that we reported that 16 passed and 14 failed. But the aptitude test, the results were not given. But then we just want to know those who participated, what their score were. Now, to see how the aptitude test influenced the exam scores, the RMA was conducted on the 2 groups, those who passed and those who failed. So the Excel data sheet or data set was prepared as follows. You can see that's how we prepared it. Now, the first one, the column A, represent the students. Well, it could be student name, but here we just use number: student 1, student 2, student up to student 30. Then the B here, column B, represent the group that they fall into, either pass or fail. And then column C represent the exam score, that is the real exam score. And then Y, column D, E, F, G, H represent the aptitude test. And the existence of 1 or 0. 1 means that the student participated in that aptitude test. 0 0 means he did not participate in that aptitude test. Now let us now see. Almost those who had a high score participated in the aptitude test 4 times, and then while those who failed were more had more zeros than the other one. Okay, that is just about that. Now, it can be observed that any of those who passed the exam participated in at least 4 out of the 5 aptitude tests. Note that independent variables here were categorical. Yeah, independent variables are categorical. They are categorical or nominal, using 1 for participation and 0 for non-participation. An aptitude test, in an aptitude test, sorry. Then example 3. The example 3 is on business. The first example is on medical. The other one is on students. Now this one is on business, business tax. Now let's see. The example will illustrate how 3 tax incentives influenced tax compliance in terms of tax paid in billions of naira by 5 firm groups, namely manufacturing, oil, banking, services, and construction. As with the other earlier examples, 1 represents participation in the benefits of the incentive, while 0 represents non-participation. The viewer should remember that the independent variables of repeated measures analysis are categorical or nominal. That is the reason why their values are either 1 or 0, or other values closely resembling that. But the dependent variable must be of a continuous value. That means it must be numbers. It can be decimal, you can have decimal places, and so on and so forth. But the categorical variable cannot have the decimal places. So that is just that. Now let us now start the VSP and then do the we are starting the VSP. So we now want to run the 3 of them, the 3 examples, and see how they pan out. Yeah, so we go to the statistics menu, we go to repeated measure, we go to ANOVA, we go to repeated measure ANOVA, and then we wait for this to come up. Yeah, so it's out now. So now let's now define it. We are going to start with the medical first. So the medical, the dependent variable there is CRP. Then the independent variables as within group variables are pre-CRP, then mid CRP, then post CRP. And that's it. So we now go on to the group. Then what was the group? The group name was patch group, PH, that patient group, PRP. UP. That's it. So, and then the name of the dataset file, we call it medical. So we don't need to put the XLS there. Then we now click OK. Yeah, so it has started. Now, first of all, as usual, it will bring out the graphs. Now, this is the graph, the first graph, the line graph. You can see these are the group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, and group 5. You see, group 1 has a higher value, and the one that has the lowest value is group 3, followed by group 4. And okay, I think the highest value should be even group 5. So now let's see other graphs before we look at the figures. Yeah, this one good. You can see it now. So look at it. You can see group 1 up they are very small. Then group 5 up they are also very small. But you can see group 2 there, and then group 3, which is the lowest, is there, very close to the ground there. That is the box plots. Now let us now look at another. This is another one. This one is the stack line graph showing the groups too, the way they are. Now let us also now this one is how you call this one, bar chart or what? So, but then that's how we see it. Then after this, when we close this one, we are going to have a good. This is another one. Now this one is showing us the two extremes of the values. Now these ones, the left side represent the lower value, the right side represent the upper value. You can see that between 0 and 1, in fact, between 0 and 1, you don't even have any number, just 0 and 1. And this is how they fared. Most of them fell into the 1 group, but the one that is more prominent in the 0 group is the group 4, which is the one with that is brownish in color there. So, however, let's leave this place, and then now let's now look at, yeah, this is now the results, the printable results. That is the one on the screen. You can see that the ANOVA here, the F value is 6.3030. Then the degree of freedom is 2.8, and then the probability of the F statistics is 0.02, which is significant anyway because it's not up to 0.05. Now the monthly test of sphericity is telling us that it is true, and then these are the values with a non-number, in between. The Shapiro-Wilk test of normality, the result is this, and then the p-value is 1. This one, which is significant because when you look at convert this, is more than 13 zeros, just like that. And then yeah, so now the next one is the 11 test for homogeneity of variances, which is also stated here. The 11 test is 0.88, and then the other one is 0.5. variance. Okay, the 11th test was this W, that's 0.8846, while the p-value is 0.5, which is not significant, and then the equivalent value is true. The equal value is true. Sorry. Then you have the Tukey's pairwise HSD multi-comparison means. HSD is this. Some are true, some are false. Comparing, G1, G2, group 1 to group 2, group 1 to group 3, group 1 to group 4, group 1 to group 5, and comparing also group 2 to group 3, group 2, and so on and so forth. It compares just like that, and then showing that, the ones that are homogeneous, the one that are homogeneous, they are equal, it said is true, and the one that are not equal, it said is false. Now, the post hoc test return false for all of them. That is the Bonferroni post hoc test, and then the Bonferroni p-value is this one, not significant anyway. And then the Bonferroni's t-test is this 0.000, and then I believe that the p-value is significant there. And then you can see it's telling us that the analysis results are saved, and so, and so on and so forth. So that's it, and that means that when we click it, we are going to find out this. Yeah, so that is on that. Now let us now do the test for the second one. That is for the, we are done for the medical now, and this is the medical, what the medical is saying. Now let us now do the test for the exam. Let's do the test for exam. Yeah, then we choose again, and we wait. Yeah, so it's out, so we go again, and then this time around, the exam on, okay, the exam on the dependent variable is exam. That's what we use to set up the dependent variable as exam. Then the within group variable, that is the independent variable, this time around, I think what we have is aptitude test. That's APT1, APT2, APT3, APT4, APT5. It is not a must that you must use all the number of the variable that is there, but we just want to show this. Then we now go on to the group. The group here is simply called group. That's the name of the group. And then the data set that we use, the name of the data set is called exam. That's the data set name. Now we simply just click OK. That is that, and then we now wait for it to So why is it not showing? That means we have to redo it again so that we'll be able to, because what we have here is still what the other one is talking about. Now let's have to redo it. No, rather, I think this is oh, they're not responding. Now let's close it and run that again. Let's open it again. So let's open the USP. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we'll go back to that, this, and this, and wait to bring the form out. Yeah, the form is out. So now let's define it the way we did before. Yeah, what we have is exam, and then we have APT1, APT2, APT3, APT4, APT5. And then the next one is, we mentioned the group. The group is group. And then now type the name. The name is exam. File name is exam. The dependent variable name is exam. So we now click process. Yeah. So it's now, yeah, very good. You can see there are only two groups in that file, and those groups are the fail group and the pass group. You see the pass group, their this is up. That is the score. So the pass group scored between 70 and above 80, while the fail group, is this. So in between anyway, there are those who also pass and those who fail, just like that. So now let's also reveal other plots. Yeah, good. Now this is the box plot. You can see the box plot for those who pass is bigger and up to show, the level of the pass. You can see where it's. You can see this the last the leg of that box is below 60, while the upper is above 90, to show that we also have something like 92 there. But this one now, the leg is below 30, and then the upper part of the leg is above 40, to show that there are some people with 40 marks or 42 there. Now we close this to look at this another one. You can see now this one shows clearly the gap between the fail and the pass. You can see it. You can see it now. The gap between the fail and the pass. The pass is the blue, and it's also a stacked blue something. But that's the mean the mean of the pass is the one, the bluest one, the line there. While the mean of the fail is the red one, but it also has its own stack just to show the range of the marks of those who fail and those of those who pass. This is a very, very good analytical tool. Yeah, this is another one. This one is we call it another box plot or so. But then look at the pass is up there, and then the fail is down below here. Now let's look at another one. Yeah, this is a good one. You can see that from what you can see now, that those this one is showing us that out of 1 and 0, those who scored 0 are mostly from those who failed, with only very few percentage of those who passed that scored the 0 mark. Yeah, if you look at the data set file, you understand what I'm saying. While here, those who scored 1, because there are some people that failed that also scored 1, and the majority are in those who passed, while some that failed also scored 1. That is what is showing here. It's a very good analytical tool also. Yeah, so having done that, we now go to look at you can see the VSP output, starting with data set used. Data set used. And the data set used group, those that pass exam up to test 1, up to test 2, up to test 3. You can see it. Now you can see the the ANOVA itself is showing that the analysis of variances the probability is 0.24, which means not significant. Like the difference is not too significant. Then the Mochley's test of sphericity, I think I've explained that one earlier. It's what you have is true, and then 1, then 1.0, and then you now have Shapiro-Wilks normality, and so on and so forth, with the p-value of this. And of course, the p-value, when you subject it to normal translation, you find out that it is very, very significant. And then we also have Levant test, like the other one too. In this one, Levant test statistics. The Levant test itself is the W. The word test for the Levant test is 11.970451, while the p-value is 0.00175, which is very, very significant. And then the equality of variance assumption is said first, that they are not equal. Now, Toki's pairwise HSD test, multiple comparison means, and so on and so forth. Then you have we have it here, and I think just only one, which is okay. No, there are just only 2. That's fail and pass. So for that reason, you just compared that one, and they said that we should reject the null hypothesis. So I will reject null hypothesis. The null hypothesis normally says that that the means are equal, but here it's now telling us that we should reject it, that the means are not equal. Okay, rather that the means are not equal. That's the null hypothesis. Now it's not telling us to reject it, that the means are equal. So, and that's what we are seeing here. And then when we now come to other one, we have the Bonferroni post hoc. It says true also. And then Bonferroni p-value is this one too. And then Bonferroni's t-test is this. While it's also displaying where you can find the printed value of this. Okay, so having done this, let us also do the last one, that is the business one, and see how that one will look like. And after this, I know this must have helped the viewer to understand the use of repeated measure ANOVA and how it is achieved using the VSP program. Now let's do the last one now. Repeat okay, RMA. Then we wait for the form to come out. Yeah, so now with the form out, we can now define it. In that particular data set, the dependent variable is called compliance. And then the independent variables that we want to test is incentives. Incentive 1, comma, incentive 2, comma, incentive 3. I hope you are seeing that no space in between, just only a comma that was used to demarcate between group variables. Now we leave that. We now go to the group. The group here, the group ID is task group. And then the name of data set for tax effects. That's what we save the name with. So now we click OK and see what happened. Okay, I started. Now you can see with this one now, you see the first group is manufacturing group. The second group is service group, just by itself, and then the third group is bank. The fourth group is construction, while the last group is oil. So now, let us now look at other graph that was produced by RMA. Yeah, this is the box plot. Manufacturing is also still higher than others. And then, yeah, this is the stacked line graph with each showing its its own color. That's each group with its own color, and then the influence that they have over others. And then, yeah, this is another one. You can see the manufacturing, the service, the bank, the construction, and the oil, the way they are. Then, yeah, the same thing that happened here. You know, we use 1, 0, and 1 and 0. So those that have 0, that is non-compliance, is this. While those that have 1 is this. So those that did not comply more, most of them came from the manufacturing industry, because of that, and those who complied more came from the construction industry. You know, judging from the size of the bar that they carry. So that's that. Yeah, so that's that. So let's now look at what now happened here. You can see this is a very full one. Very full one. Starting, of course, from the VSP, the data set used. You can see that it cropped it because they have 200 observations, so it cropped it, showing only the first 5 and the last 5 observations. So now this is the ANOVA, and the ANOVA is showing that it is very, very significant. The probability is 0.0035, while the F value is 12.4238, with the degree of freedom of F bracket 2, 8. So now the test of sphericity, like the other one, is also true. And then the Shapiro-Wilk test for normality is this, with this probability, which I think is also significant. And then Levant test for homogeneity of variance, Levant is 0.25, the p-value is 0.9, which is not significant. And then equality of variance, it says it is true. That the equality of variance is true. And then the Tokens pairwise HSD tests, multiple comparison of means, and it's saying that we should not reject the null hypothesis. Null hypothesis says it's the null hypothesis is normally that the means are not equal, but now it says we should accept it that the means are not equal. So so we accept the null hypothesis because under reject is set false. So you can see that when you look at the group and their mean difference and probability adjustment, you have probability adjustment, you see the figures there. And coming to Bonfreni post hoc test, or they are all false, and with 1 as the p-value, which is not significant. But here, probability test is 0.005, which, if this is a p-value, is significant. And then it is now telling us where to find the other ones. That's the other, the printable results. So that is about the repeated measure ANOVA, and I hope you have learned some good lessons from this and how to apply it. Thank you.